This is Joe Olson with Jason McAvoy and Jim Wagner from Phenom Blue, and I'm going to walk you through quickly on our Moppet Mashup experience that we built, interactive experience we built for the Big Omaha show last week. So Jason, if you want to just kind of get started here, you can see we're on the new version of Surface 2, which is nice, Service Pack 1. This is actually a brand new machine that we have, just upgraded. So as you get into the application, you kind of see that it's built around a theater. There's a curtain at the top. We actually had a rear projection DLP projector on site with a, how big was the screen, Jim?
We had a 14-foot by 10.5-foot screen that was encased in a curtain and cardboard cutout to have the illusion of an incredibly oversized kind of puppet set that had a 12K rear lit projector displaying the image on it.
Yeah, so the idea was that you kind of used the Surface machine as the conduit to be able to do your Surface or do the puppet show. And so the thing that Jim was referring to, actually on the screen, all of this up here was actually all hidden by the actual curtain on our projection screen, which you'll see in some of the video that we have taken from the show to complement some of the stuff we're going to walk through right now. But walking through this, basically Jason is holding his badge. This is actually a South by Southwest badge that we're using. But Jim's got also a Big Omaha one. Put yours in there, Jim. So you can see we got these identity tags on these badges. And what we did was we took people's photos when they registered in a certain pose. And we used a Windows desktop application to kind of auto-generate the information behind these identity tags that we got, printed them off right there, and then stuck them on the back of the badge. And so if you want to take a look and have Jason put that badge down, when he puts his badge down, it immediately kind of recalls his image that we shot. And I'll have Jim kind of walk you through what's going on here on the modeling side.
So what we have here is a basic primitive model of a character. It was really simple, just built with basic planes. It has a IK setup for the structure of the arms and the limbs and everything along those lines, so that each appendage is parented to the body in such a way that it moves correctly based on how the human body would actually move. So if you move your shoulder a little bit, then your hand piece follows. And then it also gave the people at the conference the ability to kind of line up their image to the template and kind of have an accurate representation of where their image was going to go for their face and their body and their hands and their feet.
Yeah, and so you're going to see Jason here in a second here set it to the model. And what's really kind of fun about this is it immediately kind of creates this little puppet model for you. And this was an application that we probably spent about a week and a half on, pretty solid right before the event. So we didn't have a lot of time to kind of clean up some of the models and stuff, but it's still pretty amazing work for a week and a half for 3 guys that worked on it. So if you take a look at what Jim's doing right now, there's still several different settings that you can have, and then we've created some icons and some other graphics that kind of go along with it. You can maybe hear some music in the background that goes along with that. We've also got some sound effects up in the upper right-hand corner. The idea was that whoever was on the bottom of the screen was actually moving the puppets, and whoever was at the top was kind of controlling this puppet show. So it's kind of neat that way. This is also, again, a multi-user experience. Everything we build here on the Surface machine is multi-user. So Jim's going to come in and set his down. And I think we beta tested at, how many did we beta test at, Jason, as far as how many people could be on at once?
We had up to 8 at one point.
So we had up to 8 users being able to have models working together on the screen. And as you can see, these guys can kind of play around at the same time, make some funny stories and do that sort of thing. The interesting thing about this too is that at any point in time, we're not going to click the tweet it button because we don't want to keep sending tweets from Big Omaha's Twitter account. But the idea was that when you're in here, at any given time, you can click tweet it, and we send a picture of this to TwitPic. And then we send a Twitter out from the show with everybody's Twitter handle who's in the photo, in the tweet, and then there's a link from the tweet to the TwitPic. So kind of a cool way to kind of share the experience with people that are not at the show, or have a take behind, or a takeaway or a leave behind from the event as well.